Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this whole entire Epstein saga has been nothing but just a shit show, both for the public and especially for the government. Now, the reason the majority of people in America are extremely angry about this whole situation is simply because Trump ran his entire, not even his entire, but he ran on the idea that once he gets in office, he will release the Epstein file. So the American people listen to this. The American people heard it and they're like, that's right. We need to find out who's been compromised. We need to understand who is being blackmailed into sending money to a foreign government. Fast forward, after Trump gets elected, 6 months later, Lord behold, ladies and gentlemen, there is no Epstein file. The guy was a loner. Over 1,000 victims, nobody was involved. But for some odd reason, Epstein just happens to take picture with Trump. A lot of celebrities out there, people that you don't even know exist. He took picture with all of them. And then on top of that, the ex-prime minister of Israel was visiting this guy, Epstein. And then when you look at the backstory of Epstein, he was a school teacher, a math teacher to be more specific. When in the history of mankind have you ever seen a math teacher go from a simple math teacher to being a billionaire to owning massive houses with private jets? That is not normal. That tells me that something else is going on behind the scene. He is doing something, and the people who are in favor of it are paying him to keep doing what he's doing. And guys, he wasn't good at it. Because although this whole entire Epstein saga has recently been brought up, especially in 2025, this goes all the way back to the 2000s. This goes all the way back to 2008 and all this stuff when he first got caught. The only reason he was able to make it all the way until 2029, and then he, quote unquote, unalived himself, is simply because there were people who were far more powerful than the government, far more powerful than the FBI that were, looking over Epstein and making sure that whatever it is that he was doing behind the door keeps going. Why? Because there are a certain group of people out there who needs America to keep funding their way of life. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys a little bit of a video when it comes to, PBD. And, this video has been very, very, what should I say, viral. And there's a reason why. Let's find out.
Are built on pedophilia and blackmailing the most powerful
What
people.
do you mean we are built? Define that. Do you mean our entire country?
No,
Government? Our entire FBI, CIA?
I'm saying this. Whoever,
or this is one little operation that
Adam,
they don't want to expose.
Whoever he was working for, Epstein, Mossad, CIA, everything. Apparently, the most powerful people on the world were flying to an island and having sex with underage kids because she said it. There's tens of thousands of hours of them doing it. If we're built on that and the most powerful people that are running the show are in charge, the guys telling Cash Patel, the thing that you just read, shut up. Shut up about it. Hold on, you know who I am. He knows who I am. I want accountability for everybody. If it's Trump, if it's Bill Gates, if it's Bill Clinton, I don't give a shit. If it's the president of anything, expose them because, Adam, the truth has to come out.
Okay, so I only have one question for you,
yes,
my dear friend. I agree with you, but at what price?
Take a deep breath.
Okay. But hold on, hear me out.
That's a very good question. I'll tell you at what price. It's going to be death. The price is going to be death. You guys need to understand that kids being involved is only the surface of it. This goes deeper. I recommend you guys to read this book. I just started reading it, so I won't be able to give you much information. But this is volume 1, 500 pages. As soon as I'm done reading this, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second one. But this rabbit hole goes a lot deeper than just child being involved in this whole case. Because you guys also have to understand that Israel has been spying on America for quite a while now. Yes, although they may have blackmail on, on the, people that are running this country, they also have spies. And Epstein was in contact with these spies. And so if they reveal the list, people will do a lot more digging. They will find out who Epstein is involved with. They will find out who Epstein was in contact with. And you have to understand that the only reason that Israel has such a strong grip on America is simply because they have spies here. They also have blackmail on the politicians. And so all of this, they all connect. Epstein is only the tip of the iceberg. This shit goes a lot deeper than you think. And so the reason I genuinely believe they do not want to release this list is simply because they know people are going to do the research. People will look into this whole situation. And if that was to happen, Israel will no longer be able to be safe. Why? Because the public opinion of Americans would definitely shift to the left. They will no longer support Israel. And if Donald Trump tries sending money, the American people will stand up and say, hell no, you ain't sending that money. And one thing that we do understand is that if Israel's life starts to feel threatened, they're obviously going to take things to the extreme. We understand that. And so the reason I'm saying that the price is going to be death is simply because these people have held the world hostage. They have held the world hostage. They have illegal nuclear weapon and they are willing to use this thing. These people are sociopaths. They have shown us that for the past 20 months of what's been going on in Gaza. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. Again, they can do a lot more damage. They can do a lot more damage. So just be aware of that. That's the price that you will be paying for. The price is going to be death.
At what price?
At any price, Adam.
So you're saying to expose whatever happened on Epstein Island, you're willing to do whatever this looks like.
Yes.
Tear down the government, expose all the secrets, put America basically in harm's way just to find out what's Epstein.
What do you mean, Adam?
Because these are the most powerful people in the world. They're apparently on this island.
Adam, so let the truth be told or the heavens fall. I don't care. Okay, well, Adam, and that's who Vincent Oshana is. I am 100% accountability, and I don't give a if that's what we were built on.
But at what price?
I don't give a
tearing
shit.
down
no
America?
Price. Guess what the price is, Adam? God.
So
God's
you want
the price.
You're
going to answer them anyway.
You want to rule a city of ashes.
I don't give a shit if it's built on pedophilia and raping kids. Yes, because
you're being emotional.
No, I'm not.
I'm telling you guys, Adam knows something that we don't know. He understands. I can guarantee you, him and I, we're on the same way of thinking. The only reason he hasn't gone as far as, exposing it as far as I have, simple. Well, he's on one of the biggest channel on YouTube, and him spewing out this type of information is going to raise a lot of eyebrows and a lot of, what is he talking about? Samson option, what is that? And so I'm telling you, I'm a nobody. I'm a layman. And I'm telling you, the price for realizing who's really in control, the price for realizing that the people who have been controlling you, the people who have been making all the laws, that they have been diddling kids behind doors, the price is death. These people are not going to go down without a fight. You have to understand that. They have a lot of power, and they will use this power as they go down. They will use it. So I'm going to tell you this. If you want to be safe in your home, if you do not want America to collapse, the best thing to do is to keep your mouth shut and move on like there's no Epstein list. But if you keep digging and they are forced to release this file and the most powerful people alive today are compromised, I promise you, these people are not going to go down without a fight. There's a reason why they do these things behind doors. If you see the movie Eyes Wide Shut, when Tom Cruise, when his identity gets exposed in the movie, this is almost done, so you get the whole idea. When his identity gets exposed in the movie, and then they told him, if you were to tell anybody about what you saw here, just understand that you and your family are going to be in danger. Now, put that on a wide scale. If Americans was to find out what's been going behind the doors, what's really been going on, if they were to hear the videos or see the videos, they will be outraged. They will be angry. You think J6 was bad? This is going to be worse if Americans were to find out. Why? Because children are involved. Naturally, human beings have a soft spot for kids. and then knowing that the people who are in control are the ones who's been doing stuff to kids that are unspeakable, this is gonna be insanely. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be bad. That's why they don't want you to keep talking about it. That's why they want you to keep your head down and move on to the next conspiracy. They are doing everything in their power that they possibly can to distract you from talking about this, because they understand that if these people were to lose power, if they were to expose this list and we find out that who's in control, they will no longer have control over these people, and they will have no other choice but to resort to the dramatic. If you've been keeping up with the news, if you hear the Israeli speaking, the previous PMs and the new ones, and you listen to the pattern of the language, they are threatening us. I forgot his name, but after Tucker Carlson went on the rant about who was controlling Jeffrey Epstein, one of the previous Prime Minister of Israel, decided to come and say, we will no longer accept the misinformation and so on and so forth. And obviously people read his letter and they were like, you threatening us? Is this what's going on? And then recently, Netanyahu decided to go on Fox News and he said that they're not going to be fighting 8 front wars.
This is the 8th front. The disinformation campaign is among us. It takes a second for a lie to circulate the world, and then you have to battle it with the only weapon you have, which is the truth. And truth is slower than lies and more difficult to ascertain because you have to get the facts. When you lie, you can say anything, and it's instantaneous. When you tell the truth, you have to ascertain the facts, and until you do that, in the electronic age, boy, that lie could encircle the earth, 1,000 times. So it's a handicap, but we'll fight the information war too. Basically, you have the weapon of truth. We just have to be more efficient at disclaiming this, and I think we have to shame the media that does this. I mean, I know you're sort of tepid and mild about that. You should continue with your passion to speak for the truth and to shame those who spread the lies. I don't see any other solution. Do you?
No.
Right now they're doing 7. They said the 8th one is going to be information war. The whole thing has been exposed. They can no longer hide what's going on. They can no longer hide to you. So how are they going to now fight the information war? That information is going to be left to your imagination. But I really hope you guys learned something new from me. With that being said, catch you up later.